Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. And welcome to the General Law Subcommittee, ABC Gaming Subcommittee. Glad you can join us. To Chairman Krisak, thank you so very much for being here with us and for the privilege to the opportunity to chair this committee. I just only have a couple of comments about my style of chairing and my expectations that I want to share with you right after we have the roll call. Clerk, you may close the roll. Thank you. This is our first meeting, so for me, we're going to work out a few of the kinks that we may have, but relative to expectations. So I say this to members of this committee and members in the General Assembly, certainly on the House side, and for those of you who work with the patrons on bills, I do not like coming to a meeting and have to work on a bill. If you bring a bill to this subcommittee, you should have all your details worked out. I do not want to be taking amendments from members. Once we get here, your bill, you present it concisely, we vote on it, we pass it. We're not debating a great deal of changes on the bill because your bill should be ready when you come to the subcommittee meeting, and we should not be having to fix your bill in a meeting. If it's not fixed, we will pass it by or we will kill it. Are we understood? Yes. Thank you all very much. First bill that is up is HB 49. Delegate Reed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, members of the committee. HB 49 is before you, and this is a bill that is really very similar to a piece of legislation that we passed last year, and it went to the Senate, and then it ran into a little bit of trouble, but I think that we're in a better position this year. What this does is that back in 2018, we passed the Revenue Generation Act, which allowed for historical horse racing to be able to use to fund equine activities around the Commonwealth. Over that period of time, the historical horse racing has grown from generating about $174 million a year in revenue to about $4.5 billion a year in total revenue. What we're asking for you to do in this particular piece of legislation is to add to the bottom of the list of the equine facilities that will receive some additional revenue to be able to continue to develop and grow the equine industry in Virginia. And those two facilities are the Shenandoah County Agricultural Foundation, which has responsibility for Shenandoah Downs, and Great Meadow Foundation, which has responsibility for the Great Meadow Gold Cup. And this also includes an increase in the amount of funding that would be allocated towards problem gambling. So what we're trying to do is to try to continue to grow the equine industry in Virginia. This does not take any money from anyone who's existing receiving money because the size of the pie has continued to grow really very large. And it also allows us to put more money towards problem gambling. So, Mr. Chair, that's the presentation of the legislation.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the committee? Is there anyone present who would like to speak in favor of HB 49?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I'm Susan Gaston. I am here on behalf of Great Meadow Foundation and the Shenandoah County Agricultural Foundation. We very much appreciate working with Delegate Reed over the past year and look forward to your support to continue these equine activities at both foundations. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, members of the subcommittee, Jonathan Williams on behalf of the Virginia Equine Alliance, and we support the bill.
Anyone present to speak against HB 49? We do not have anyone online. Back to the committee. Any comments from the committee? Delegate Austin.
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to thank the patron. I think this is a good use of charitable gaming dollars. We're putting it back into the industry where it should be used, and commend the delegate on the legislation. Thank you, Delegate Reed.
Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion on HB 49?
Mr. Chair, I move to report and refer to appropriations.
Second. It has been moved and second that we pass HB 49 and refer to appropriations. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk may close the roll. That bill reports 9-0 to report and refer to appropriations.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, members.
Next bill that we have up is HB 218. That is Delegate McQuinn's bill. I'll entertain a motion to pass by for the day.
So moved.
It's been moved and second that we pass by for the day HB 218.
You don't need to, well, I just will voice, yeah.
All those in favor of passing by for the day, please use vote sign of aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. The next bill that is up before us is HB 399. Delegate Askew.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Today I have before you HB 399. Many clubs and social clubs across the Commonwealth have raised money and funds, support communities through decades through gaming nights. There's a very small adjustment in the code. It gives a green light to rent revenues without jumping through a lot of loopholes. This simply amends the gaming law so pre-1978 social clubs can treat hall and rental costs as permissible expenses as long as they commit a fixed percentage of proceeds to the charity up front. Hope us will the committee to pass this bill.
Any comments from the committee? Anyone in the audience who wishes to speak in support of HB 399? Anyone in opposition of HB 399? If not, the chair will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to report.
Second. It's been moved and second that we report HB 399. Members, please cast your vote.
Not working. We'll try it again. I'm sorry, if I had to, but it's working now.
Oh, it's working now. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Clerk can close the roll.
Seabold, did you want to vote? Cole, did you want to vote?
That bill reports 8-0 with one abstention. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
The next bill that's up is HB 515. Delegate Martinez.
Good afternoon, Chairman and committee. This bill has to deal with credit card usage on sports gambling online. Sports gambling is here, and it's here to stay. According to the Virginia Lottery, from July 1st, 2025 to November 31st, 2025, Virginia has placed over $3 billion in wagers online on sportsbooks, resulting in a net loss of just over $361 million. That is just 5 months' worth of data. HB 515 is a straightforward consumer protection bill. This bill seeks to prohibit credit card deposits for online sports gambling. Under current law, online sports books can accept credit card deposits, but you cannot purchase a lottery ticket with one. From a consumer protection standpoint, Allowing gambling with credit cards encourage people to wager with money they do not actually have. Credit removes a natural safeguard. When somebody gambles with cash or a debit card, losses are felt immediately. Credit card, however, delay that pain signal. The financial consequences are postponed, therefore making it easier to continue gambling beyond safe limits. Research and regulatory experience consistently show that access to credit amplifies gambling behavior. Credit funding gambling is strongly associated with higher losses and reduced self-control. This risk is particularly acute for young adults and individuals already carrying debt groups that are disproportionately harmed when gambling is decoupled from real-time affordability. The financial harm caused by credit card gambling can escalate quickly. Gambling allowances charged to credit cards often accrue interest immediately and may be treated as cash advances, triggering high fees and penalty rates. What begins as a short-time loss can rapidly turn into high-interest debt. This creates a dangerous cycle. Losses leading to chasing behavior, which is then funded by additional credit card use over time. This cycle contributes to increased defaults, damaged credit, and even bankruptcy. There are serious transparency and informed consent concerns. Credit card availability creates a misleading perception of affordability. Complex fee structures, cash advance fees, interest charges, and penalties are poorly understood by consumers at the moment they place the bet. DraftKings, who currently holds over a third of the market, has already stopped accepting credit card deposits. There's a strong regulatory precedence for this approach. Several states, including Iowa, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Tennessee, and Vermont, have already prohibited credit card deposits for gambling. Illinois has effectively joined that list in 2025. These policies are clear, enforceable, and easy to administer than subjective behavior monitoring systems. Importantly, banning credit card deposits does not ban gambling. Safer alternatives such as debit cards and bank transfers remain readily available. Consumers can still participate using funds they actually have. I'll say it again, they actually have, preserving informed and voluntary participation without reducing harm. In closing, restricting the use of credit cards for gambling is a balanced, evidence-based policy that protects consumers without eliminating choice. It reduces financial harm, strengthens responsible gambling principles, and aligns with existing regulatory precedent and builds public trust in regulated markets. I urge the committee to support this approach and take a meaningful step towards reducing preventable gambling-related harm. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments, questions from the committee? Delegate Price.
Thank you. I really commend this legislation. I've seen a couple of documentaries and some podcasts, especially with college students. I remember a long time ago when I was in college, and the day after my parents left from Parents' Day is the day that the credit card company showed up to offer college students with no jobs high amounts of credit card limits. But I did have a question, and I'm not sure if somebody is here from Lottery, but is it possible to use your credit card on the Lottery site to play?
Mr. Chairman, may I answer that? Currently, Virginia Lottery does not allow a credit card.
Okay. And what forms of payment do they allow for their online site?
That I don't know. I would assume debit cards and cash transfers, if they do that. I'm not sure. But I do know that they don't allow credit cards.
Thank you.
Anyone are here to speak on behalf of this piece of legislation?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the subcommittee. Delegate Martinez took every one of my talking points, so I'll just say I strongly support the bill. Thank you.
Anyone here to speak in opposition of HB 515? Any additional comments from the committee?
Mr. Chair, move to report.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we report HB 515. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk, please close the roll. HB 515 reports 9-0. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, committee. Have a good afternoon.
Who did I have next? Where's my sheet? Mr. Chairman, and let me say this. Mr. Chairman may do whatever he wants to do when he comes before this committee.
Thank you. Except for can you all hear me? Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Members of the subcommittee, first I have this is a bill number HB 367, and I have a technical amendment, a line amendment on line 23 to replace American Indian tribes in Virginia with Virginia recognized tribes, and I know that council has the line amendment. And you want to move the line amendment?
Let's motion to remove the line amendment, please.
Move the line amendment.
All those in favor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So what this does is this updates the Virginia Code regarding consultation between Virginia's federally recognized tribes and state agencies. And it comes from the Tribal Code Commission, which I chair, and we had a number of meetings over the last year since last session. And these bills, this is one of 7, and I have a second one today, which will come right after this. And all of these passed the commission unanimously, bipartisan bills, and half of the commission are members of our tribal leaders, and some of them are here today. They may want to testify. I just want to thank all of my commission members for all of their hard work. And there was one representative, I just want to make it clear, from each of the 7 federally recognized tribes. So this, without me going into the bill, I've got my counsel, essentially. I have Andrew Lee, a student from the UVA Law Clinic, and I want to just thank the UVA Law Clinic and Professor Block for all of the hard work that they have done over the last few years, but specifically Andrew and Emily, who you're going to meet for the next bill, who have been doing a lot of pro bono work for the General Assembly and this commission, researching these bills for the past 2 years and drafting this legislation and working with our general counsel, and I appreciate that. So without further ado, and I will not go through it, but I'll be here for questions, and I will allow Andrew now to make the presentation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Andrew Lee, and I'm a student with the State and Local Government Policy Clinic at UVA Law. The views I express today are my own and not those of the university or the law school. I've had the honor of working with Delegate Krizek and the Commission for Federally Recognized Tribes since September, and I'm here today to ask you to vote for HB 367. This bill improves the current consultation law for environmental, cultural, and historic permits and reviews. The current code designates an ombudsman under the Secretary of the Commonwealth to facilitate consultations, and it requires 4 agencies to consult with federally recognized tribes: the Department of Environmental Quality, the Department of Conservation and Recreation, the Department of Historic Resources, and the Virginia Marine Resources Commission. This bill improves the code in 4 ways. First, the bill improves the quality and accountability in consultations by requiring annual training and reporting for the agencies, 2 best practices found across the country. Second, this bill adds the Virginia Department of Transportation, which is already required to consult with tribes on federally funded projects, as a 5th agency required to consult the tribes on state-funded projects as well. Third, at the request of the tribes, this bill adds specific actions and projects requiring consultation by the Department of Environmental Quality and the Department of Conservation and Recreation. And it also strengthens the consultation requirements for burial permits under the Department of Historic Resources. And fourth, this bill improves the consistency and strength of the code's language, including a requirement that the enumerated agencies make a good faith effort to initiate consultations in a timely manner. I should add that we consulted closely with the current tribal ombudsman in developing this bill. In short, HB 367 makes modest changes to existing law by strengthening the current consultation practices, protecting tribal sovereignty, and it has received the unanimous support of the Commission. For these reasons, and those provided by Delegate Krizek and others you will hear from, I ask that you vote for this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any questions or comments from the committee?
Mr. Chair, I move to report.
Second. Just 1 second. I need to hear from the public first. Okay. No questions or comments from the committee. Anyone here present in favor of this piece of legislation?
The public up here. He just snuck his own up there first.
I'm sorry.
No, it's because everybody was on the wrong one.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and committee members. I am Reggie Stewart, council member of the Chickahominy Indian Tribe and member of the Code Commission. I support the bill because it makes progress in achieving a government-to-government relationship between Virginia's federally recognized tribes and the Commonwealth of Virginia regarding consultation. So I ask that you support this bill. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Morgan Faulkner. I'm with the Upper Mattaponi Tribe, and I also serve on the Tribal Code Commission. I too want to express my support for this bill and hope that you all will send it through and continue to, so we can continue to have these strong relationships between our tribal governments and the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Anyone here to speak in opposition of HB 367? I believe we have a Mr. Thomas Badamo on online with us. Sir? Welcome. We'll entertain your comments now. Wait, he's muted. Please turn on your camera. There you go. Thank you. Are you unmuted? Sir, we cannot hear you, so I'm going to try to assist. If you are in favor of this piece of legislation, just give us a thumbs up. There you go. Okay, we have heard your comments. We thank you for joining us in the midst of the technical difficulties. You are recorded as a yes. Okay? Thank you so very much. Thank you. Chairman?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I want to mention that Tom Badamo is also a commissioner on the Code Commission that you heard from, and as well that I'm the chair of. I just think that this is a great process that we've had with this Code Commission, and we hope to keep it going to continue to strengthen Virginia's consultation process, which will really improve relationships based on mutual respect between the tribal nations here in Virginia and the Commonwealth. So I hope it's the will of this body to pass this bill.
Douglas Sebo.
Now at this time, Mr. Chair, I'd love to move to report this as amended. Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we report HB 367 as amended. Members, please cast your vote. The bill reports 9-0. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 368 is the second one I was mentioning. It's also a unanimous recommendation of the Tribal Code Commission on updating Virginia law to reflect the federal recognition of Virginia tribes. And what this does is it creates a new code section titled State and Tribal Relations, and it further establishes consistent definitions for American Indian, federally recognized tribe, and Virginia recognized tribe within Virginia Code. And it really brings long-needed consistency and clarity to the code. and acknowledging tribal sovereignty and aligning more closely with current federal definitions. Without saying too much more, let me invite Emily Becker, who has also been working hard on this bill, to the UVA Law Clinic to walk us through the technical changes. There are no amendments here for this one, but Emily, if you'd like to spend a minute here, explain it to us. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Emily Becker, and I'm also with the UVA Clinic. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I good to go? Okay. The views that I am expressing today are my own and not those of the university or the law school. I've had the honor of working with Chairman Krizik and the Commission since September, and I'm here today to ask you to vote for HB 368. As Chairman Krizik mentioned, HB 368 has the unanimous support of the Bipartisan Commission, which includes representatives of all 7 of Virginia's federally recognized tribes. HB 368 has 3 objectives. First, it creates 3 clear definitions of Virginia tribes and tribal citizens, definitions that tribal leaders support. Second, and this is why the bill is so long, it provides a long-awaited code cleanup by replacing existing, often inconsistent terminology with these new definitions. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, it adds a statement acknowledging the inherent sovereignty of Virginia's federally recognized tribes. The United States federal government first formally recognized a Virginia tribe in 2016. A decade later, HB 368 acknowledges the already existing sovereignty of Virginia's now 7 federally recognized tribes. This recognition is important because symbolically it is long overdue. It also clarifies the federally recognized tribe's status in the code. In 2025, the General Assembly voted unanimously for this bill, which unfortunately was vetoed. I'm here to ask you to finish what you and your colleagues started last year and vote for HB 368. Thank you.
Okay. Any comments or questions from the committee? Anyone here in the audience who would like to speak in favor of HB 368?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and committee members. I'm Reggie Stewart, council member from the Chickahominy Indian Tribe and member of the Code Commission. I support this bill as well as it continues to build on the foundation of building that government-to-government relationship between the tribes, federally recognized tribes of Virginia and the Commonwealth, and a foundational element of that is the sovereignty of the federally recognized tribes. So I think working on these definitions, making them, adding clarity and more succinctness to those definitions will help in bringing about that clarity and helping others understand what is in the other changes in the code. Thank you.
Hello again, Mr. Chair. My name is Morgan Faulkner again, and I'm with the Upper Mattaponi Tribe. I serve on the Tribal Code Commission, but in addition to that, I am also general counsel for the Upper Mattaponi Tribe. So I want to endorse this bill, hope that you all will pass this through as well, because it helps bring clarity when we're talking with the different state agencies and state actors, when the tribes naturally have to deal with different agencies throughout the business that we do on a day-to-day basis. It helps everyone have the same understanding of what exactly we're talking about and the expectations of how we're going to engage with one another. So I would ask you to support the bill. Thank you.
Anyone here to speak in opposition of HB 368? If not, we're going to go back online to Mr. Badamo. Sir?
This time.
Yes.
I'd like to speak out in favor of the bill as well. Thank Paul Krizik. I am a member of the Code Commission as well as the Tribal Council member for the Mansfield Indian Nation. And I do hope that the bill will pass this time. it was the first thing the Code Commission worked on, and I just found it very disheartening that it was vetoed. So hopefully this will, again, strengthen the government-to-government relationship that we're all seeking. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee. And I want to thank especially UVA Law Clinic and Emily and Andrew for all their hard work, and the students that preceded them as well. And with that, I hope you will pass the bill.
Delegate Sebo.
Mr. Chair, I move to report.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we report HB 368. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk may close the roll. The bill reports 9-0. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have HB 385. This is Delegate Bennett Parker's bill, and I told her that I would present this bill. She's back in Alexandria voting today, and this is a bill's request of ABC, and I see ABC's here, and they may want to come up and speak to this and answer any questions. But I do have two line amendments to offer, and that is the first strikes commercial, culinary, or in line 53 to bring this section in line with regulations recently passed by ABC after their exhaustive stakeholder engagement process. And the second in line 59 strikes or his agent to ensure that only ABC employees are authorized to conduct tastings under the bill.
Okay.
Move the amendments.
Second. It's been moved in second on the amendments. All those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman.
So what this bill will do is it should support ABC sales while maintaining public safety and raising revenue for the commission, for the Commonwealth. And that's really the important thing. And I will, if you have any questions about how tastings work, I think you all know. And the idea here is that they would only take place in the ABC properties by ABC employees. And they anticipate that it will boost sales. And perhaps they can, you guys want to come up? Somebody? Thanks.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the committee. My name is Tanya Hucks-Watkins, and I am the Acting General Counsel for Virginia ABC. As Delegate Kriesik mentioned, that this bill does various things. Number one is that it brings clarity to the items that Virginia ABC may sell other than our distilled spirits and Virginia wines. It makes it clear that we are also authorized to sell those items that are associated with distilled spirits. It also, as he mentioned, allows us to allow Virginia ABC employees to conduct tastings. Currently, as the code is written, that privilege is only extended to manufacturers and their representatives. And then finally, it brings some clarity to the regulations that we have changed after an exhaustive 2-year stakeholder process for removing certain items from our industrial grain permits. So I'm available to answer any additional questions you may have about these changes.
Okay, any questions or comments from the committee? Delegate Price.
Yes, thank you. And I apologize. I actually don't know how the tastings work. So I just wanted to see when I can imagine, like an actual bottle of alcohol that is only sold in the ABC store, that having the tasting. I just wanted to ask about any products used in connection with. What would some of those products be?
Absolutely. So some examples of those are shakers that are used with making mixed beverages, glassware, like maraschino cherries, kind of thing that you would add to a mixed drink. We're talking about those products specifically.
Mr. Chair, Father.
Delegate Price.
Thank you. And so I know I've heard from some of the stores with them not being able to sell alcohol. Is there any pushback coming from you all being able to sell things that other stores usually sell, with them not being able to sell what you usually sell? And how does that conversation go?
I am not aware of any pushback or any objection to Virginia ABC making that change. If you read it, it already states that we, in the code now, that we have that authority. It has that including language, that including any garnishment or garnishment applied. That is not limited to or only those things. It's just including. So we're taking that out because we want to make it abundantly clear that it is those items that within the board's discretion are deemed to be associated with distilled spirits. We are permitted to sell those in our stores.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone here who wishes to speak in favor of House Bill 385? Anyone here to speak in opposition of House Bill 385? Delegate Seabolt.
I move to report as amended, Mr. Chair.
Second. Been moved and seconded that we report HB 385 as amended. Members, please cast your vote.
No, they don't sell liquor store. Yeah. No. We don't get no fun, please.
Clerk, please close the roll. The bill reports 8-1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of Delegate soon-to-be Senator Elizabeth Bennett Parker. The last bill is HB 396.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I have a substitute for this bill, and this just came from the agency that aligns the definition currently in the code for Texas Hold'em poker tournaments to be consistent with the definitions within this bill.
Substitute, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Thank you. What this bill will do is allow nonprofits. So right now, and this is regulated by the Department of Agriculture. There are many charitable nonprofits that are eligible to use this opportunity to operate Texas Hold'em tournaments. I think, and I see the agency directors here. Maybe he can speak to it as well. But I think there's 6 licensed Texas Hold'em tournaments right now in the state, and this is what you get. Like your VFWs, all of the Moose Lodges, those kinds of nonprofits, as we used to call them, the Animal Kingdom, and the veterans groups, especially, are the ones who are eligible. And what it will do is it will help them increase their sales. I think they're having a little bit difficult time raising money for their respective charities. But this also strengthens protections for young people by raising the age to participate from 18 to 21. And that aligns with current policy, as you know, with casinos and sports betting and also the historic horse racing and other forms of gambling. There are 2 formats, and I know there's an expert in the room, and he'll speak to this if you have any real tough time with it. But just to give you my take of Texas Hold'em, and I've only played it once, but a long time ago too. But there's in a tournament, there's what you call a freeze out, and I think that's the case right now. And then there's rebuy tournaments. So if you go in there and the tournament's $50 per player, and you run, and if you run out of your $50, you're frozen out, you're done, right? But in this bill, this will allow you to buy in and have rebuys if the tournament so allows it, and then that allows you to get back into the tournament if you want to. So, and it does it only until the first break or the first 2 hours of play, whichever comes first. So a realistic expectation in like a 50-person tournament is 15 rebuys, 8 add-ons. So a charity tournament with a $100 entry fee, if they had such a big one, could make an additional $2,300 for their cause. And so that really is what it's all about. It's to help them raise more revenue, but also keep it within limits. I know there may be some bills that come over from the Senate. I'm not that sanguine about them, probably. I haven't. So we'll see how they come across. But I think this one is a fair opportunity for those who are holding and want to apply for Texas Hold'em tournament licenses through the Department of Agriculture. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't make a big deal, but it helps a few of these 6 licensees right now. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, any questions, comments from the committee? Anyone in the audience who would like to speak in favor of House Bill 396?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. My name is Dylan Bishop. I'm a partner at the law firm of Wilcox & Savage, Senior Vice President of Wilcox Savage Consulting, and here today on behalf of the Virginia Charitable Gaming Association. I appreciate the chairman for acknowledging the need to make these charitable Texas Poker Hold'em tournaments more accessible, and we just ask that you support the legislation and move it on to the next level. Thank you.
Anyone here to speak in opposition of HB 396? Delegate Seabolt.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to report the substitute.
It's been moved and seconded that we report HB 396 with the substitute. Members, please cast your vote. That clerk, please close the roll. That bill reports 8-1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you,
Mr.
Committee.
Chairman, and I believe that concludes all the bills on our docket for today. We will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.